Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. Finding LCM can sometimes be tricky, especially when the numbers are big. The students use the prime factorization method, and finding the factors of big numbers, that itself is a challenge. And therefore we need to be little smart when we have to find the LCM of two big numbers or even three big numbers. So what is the way out? The way out is the other concept, the related concept, highest common factor, that is HCF. Yes, using the HCF we can actually find the LCM of two or more numbers. Just need to think wisely, think smartly and apply the trick, and I'm sure after watching this video you will be finding the LCM of so many numbers very easily, quickly and accurately without spending too much of time on it. So what is the topic in hand? Using HCF to find the LCM. Yes, friends, you need to watch and then apply the trick to solve like 30-40 questions so that you can feel comfortable with the method first. Okay, so let's see the concept in hand. The concept is everything. Once you start understanding the concept, you start applying the tricks. And talking about tricks, these tricks which I am telling you, they are like 300 in number, and these 300 short tricks have been put in the form of an ebook of short tricks covering 24 different chapters which are asked in the quantitative aptitude exams. And these tricks help you in calculating 10x faster. Yes, 10x faster. And it comes with the reasoning course combo. If you want to study all the topics of reasoning, then we have this combo specially made for all of you. So the short trick ebook along with the reasoning course combo is helpful in so many competitive exams. As you can see here, all the exams are mentioned here, whether it is banking or railways or teaching aptitude exams or the Olympiads which the students face at school level. Everything is there in this ebook. Send me a message on WhatsApp if you are interested in getting a copy. 9896369963, that is the WhatsApp number. Okay, let's study the concept of the short trick first. And for understanding the concept, you need to know one of the very important properties of numbers whose HCF and LCM is to be found out. Remember, whenever you have two numbers A and B, and suppose the HCF of these numbers is X and the LCM of these numbers is Y, then there is a very important relationship between A, B, the numbers, and the HCF X and LCM Y. The product of HCF and LCM actually is equal to the product of numbers. Now this is the important property we are going to use when we have to tackle two numbers. That is, we have to find LCM of two numbers. So if we have to find this Y, I just have to shift this to the other side, right? And so the LCM of two numbers will be the product of numbers divided by their HCF. Now if we know some smart tricks of finding the HCF of numbers, job done, right? So let's see some examples through which we can understand this method. For simplicity's sake, I am taking the first example, which is a very small, like numbers are very small, 12 and 16. This is just for simplicity's sake, you need to understand the trick first. We all know that the highest common factor of 12 and 16, they go into 4, right? And then 12 divided by 4 is 3 and 16 divided by 4 is 4. So 3 and 4 will not have any other common factor. So HCF is 4. Now what will be the LCM of these two numbers? It will be the product of numbers divided by the HCF. Now 4 cancels 12 3 times, and your answer for the question will be 3 times 16, which is 48. And I'm sure the part of the calculations which I have written here, you can do that actually orally. Yes, Which calculation do you think is difficult here? I don't think there will be anything difficult because the numbers are not that big. So let's increase the difficulty level and go to numbers like 54 and 72. Now, how do you find the highest common factor? So you should know that 54 goes into what? 18, right? 18 3 times is 54, and 72 also goes into 18. 18 4 times is 72, and therefore the highest common factor is 18, and the LCM of these two numbers will be the product of these two divided by 18, which again, you know, the 18 cancels this 4 times, and 54 into 4, that is 216, will be the LCM of 54 and 72. Likewise, the numbers can be as big as you want. You know, finding HCF is the key, and you just need little bit of understanding of factors, you know, the divisibility rules to find the highest common factor. Finding HCF is far more easier than finding LCM, because HCF is always a small number and LCM can be a big number. Let's take one more example. Suppose this time I want to go for 75 and 240. So very easy. Here you can see they're both going to 15, right? 15. So if I take 15, then 75 divided by 15 will be 5, and 240 divided by 15 will be 18, yeah, or 16, right? So between 5 and 16 I don't have any other common factor, and so 15 happens to be the highest common factor of 75 and 240. Now to find the LCM, just multiply the numbers 75 and 240 and divide it by the highest common factor 15. So 15 cancels this 5 times, and 5 into 240, which is the half of 2400, that is 1200, is the LCM of these two numbers. Now this is when we have only two numbers. So I'll give you a question as a DIY for two numbers. You can try this as a DIY, do it yourself question, and you have to post your comments whether you got the answer or not. So I'm giving you 76 and 96. So you have to find the LCM using HCF and post your comments whether you got it or not, and how much time did you take to get to the answer. Now the actual problem comes when you have three numbers. So watch now, this is going to be really interesting and amazing. Suppose the numbers are 156, 180 and 348. Now finding LCM is really a tough job. But if you are aware about some smart tricks of finding HCF, this is also going to be solved easily. So I will use something called the minimum difference method here. What is that? The difference between 180 and 156 is going to be the minimum, because the difference between 348 and 180 is huge, and 348 and 156 obviously will be even more bigger. So the minimum difference between any two numbers in these three numbers is 180 minus 156, which is 24, right? And then you need to just split this 24 into its factors. Now 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, right? And now this 2 divides 156 and gets me a 78. The 2 divides this, gets me a 90, divides this and gets me a 174. Now this 2 again divides these 3, this gets me a 39, and this gets me a 45, and this gets me 87, right? Now this 2 does not divide some of these numbers, so this is ruled out, and this 3 doesn't divide all 3, divides 39, divides 45, divides 87. So I have 3 factors which I have encircled, and therefore the highest common factor of these 3 numbers is 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, 12. Now once you get the highest common factor, finding the LCM can be really easy, because 12 is one of the factors, and then I have to keep on dividing all these numbers by 12, or eliminate this common factor 3 from here, you get 13, you get 15 and you get 29. These three numbers which are left out have to be multiplied here to get your LCM, and you will be surprised to know the product of 12, 13, 15 and 29, 67860 actually is the LCM of these three numbers. Now in the first attempt, this method might look like little lengthy, but I'll show you one more example and you will feel much more comfortable. So 75, 135 and let's take the third number as 165. Okay, so what is the minimum difference now? The minimum difference between these two is in 60s, right? 60. This is 30. So 30 and 30, if you divide it into factors, this is 2 into 15, so 2 into 3 into 5. Now the 2 is not going to divide these 3. The 3 is going to divide 75, giving me a 25. And then 3 is going to divide this, 3 4s are 12 and 5, 3 5s are 15 and 5, right? And so 3 is put in a circle. 5, yes, it divides all 3, so gets me a 5, 9 and a 11, right? So what is the highest common factor? It is 3 into 5, 15, and therefore the LCM will be 15 times what? These three numbers, 5 times 9 times 11. And you will be surprised that actually 75 into 99, which is going to give you 7, 4 and then 2, 5. 7, 4, 2, 5 is actually the LCM of these three numbers. See, in the second example, we have done it so quickly, and that's what happens, when you start practicing the method, the number of steps you have to write to get to the correct answer, they reduce drastically and you become more smarter. Right, friends? So these are some of the things, we need to understand how finding HCF mentally and smartly can help you in finding LCM also. So friends, if you like this video, do share it with all your friends. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and click the bell shaped icon so that you keep on getting all the notifications of all future uploads. Thanks for watching this particular video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do practice and do let me know in the comments, did it benefit you? All the best.